All right, hello everyone. So, before I get started, I just want to say I would appreciate if you guys give this a like. Okay, I want to get this video really out there. Liking a video really helps that. Take a second also to subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us at Maribel Fitness, okay, on Instagram and Facebook. So, that being said, let's get started. So, a couple, weeks ago, I found out I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. Okay, so the name is Myotonic Muscular Dystrophy. So, big thing is that is a scary word, especially to hear. For me, it's not the worst type of it. Okay, so to go about it, the backstory is I was born with it. Okay, obviously we didn't know. So some symptoms that you guys need to be aware of is just in case this happens. So it started when I was, I think, 14 or 15. My hands. Okay, so if I clench a fist as tight as I can, this is going to be releasing it in 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to release my grip, and you can see it's kind of weird. Okay, so that happens every time I clench it. So 14 and 15, it would clench once. And once I released it, I could do it there on, keep on, I could do this easy. So, but every time I clench it hard, it releases slowly, okay? So, that was one of the signs and a symptom of myotonic muscular dystrophy. So, that happened when I was young, didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, that's normal, that's fine. Okay, then 17, I was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation. Okay, which we found out recently that is connected with the muscular dystrophy I have. So, okay, so that was another symptom, but again, that it's rare where a 17-year-old has that, but obviously it's connected with me. So, then, life goes on. I was 17, fast forward, 9 years later, right before me and Julie got married, I pulled out my back deadlifts and, normal routine, just, pulled out my back. I'll be fine in a week, 2 weeks at most. Okay, I've done this plenty of times. I'm sure everyone out there, you're working out, you just pull a muscle, tweak it. Okay, no big deal. I'm like, cool, I'll just take a little time off. 16, 17 weeks go by, I'm like, okay, still the same pain, maybe even a little worse. So I'm like, I've been resting, I've been taking time off. I went to the chiropractor several times. I'm like, what is going on? So I was like, I'm just gonna go get a physical, see my doctor, see what's up. So he ordered some blood tests just to see what he thinks is going on. So got the blood tests, results came back, high levels of creatine, okay, kinase, which is not like monohydrate, but so levels of creatine in the body, they came out high. So they sent me to rheumatology. Okay, we showed rheumatology, they don't understand why my back isn't healing. They didn't understand the hand grip thing. I was like, I might as well just show them that. So they sent me to neurology. Okay, so a couple weeks later, I go to neurology. Okay, they asked me why I'm here. I'm like, well, my back, it's still bad. I'm like, why isn't my body healing? Why isn't it getting better? And then thank God, Julie was with me. She's like, well, show them your hands. So I show them the grip. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna get everyone else in here. So there was like a pile of doctors in my room. I was kind of like the lab rat, and they showed it. And the head there, she, got the problem right away. So after my whole appointment of testing and everything, we found out it was myotonic muscular dystrophy. So. Obviously, I'm, that's a scary word. Me and Julie, looking at each other a little worried as, I want to know more about it. So, basically it's, heart to muscle. Muscular dystrophy attacks the muscles. So, it can affect my heart. That is a big thing. And it's going to eventually attack, and I'm going to lose muscle. So, the most important thing is that my heart is okay. So, we just gotta make sure we just keep up with that. So that's like the, the number one. to make sure, I'm alive, So then obviously, me being who I am and big into bodybuilding and fitness, I'm like, okay, so tell me about how it's gonna affect me muscular-wise. So it's gonna start with my hands, okay, like where I can't zipper or button something, like that muscle in your fingers, it's gonna, kind of decrease a little bit. But then it's gonna go up distally, which is gonna be your fingers, your toes, your calves, and your forearms. Those are gonna go first, your distal muscle, okay? So I guess in a way that's not the worst news, but it's still not gonna be the funnest, but that will be what goes first, because they had us testing, I have little forearm muscle already, so it's just gonna go down from there. But then it's gonna attack the proximal muscles, which is biceps, triceps, shoulders, deltoids, pecs, my lats. It's gonna then get into the proximal part. So I will eventually end up losing muscle mass over time. So I said, well, how long? And they don't know. Eventually, it will happen. It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 20 years. They don't know. Every progression and every individual is different. But we're just gonna make sure we keep up with it, keep going to appointments, make sure it's all right.